Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot with another pick a card reading. Today we are going to do another fun topic, which is who's being tempted by you and what is it about you that is so tempting? What makes you so tempting? Right? So this is not an 18 and up. This is just going to be a general fun reading. If you're looking for an 18 and up reading, there is one on my channel as of current. I know that I will bring those out every once in a while. Those are not going to be a consistent thing though, because I want to make it available to everybody who wants just, you know, a nice reading that you can enjoy during the day and not have all this bombardment of cursing and that and this, that, and the other. So if you guys want to hear me curse, I do curse on that video because of its nature. Okay, so with that, I want to thank you, everybody that has come on to my channel and has supported me in any one way, shape, or form. I'm truly honored and blessed to be here sharing these messages with you, sharing these readings, sharing the gift of Source with you. It is just such an honor. And know that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Can I just get a huge thank you out to everybody that has subscribed thus far? I just reached 1,000 subscribers at the time of posting this, and I'm floored. I'm so much further ahead than I ever thought I would be in starting this channel, and yet at the same time I know I'm exactly where I'm meant to be, and so I'm just super excited. Thank you to everyone that has subscribed and just been here since the beginning, since the middle, since wherever you come on. Just thank you. And if you're new here, welcome. I just want to send out a reminder that we're all human. You're welcome here with open arms, exactly as you are in this here now here moment. We're all just humans trying to make our way through and understand what life is, because it's a journey. There is no destination and there is no right or wrong way to do this. So we'll all stumble along together, knowing that we're one big tribe helping out each other. Also, if you cannot get enough of me or you're looking for more time with me, I recently launched my podcast, which is at Scatter Love Radio on Spotify. You will see the link down below in the description where you will be able to take me along with you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I do not have a specific time frame for uploading those just yet. I will be in the works of trying to figure out a schedule with that, just like I do have on here. However, right now it's just started, so I'm just kind of like getting them out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You will have a podcast midday for you to listen to. Excellent. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the prayers so we can get started with your reading. Perfect. My beloved Source, this is for any and all who come onto this video, whether they're here for a second or for the entire time. I ask that you bless them in this time. We're coming up into the season of everything being in full bloom. And with that reminder that we too have our full potential to embrace and to embody. And I ask that you pave the way for each and every one of those on the video to their truest, fullest potential. May they understand what it is in their soul, in their heart, what they desire to be, what they desire to do, and how they can best serve their highest purpose. Sometimes it's hard, Source. Sometimes it's hard to do these things. Sometimes it's difficult for us to embrace what we know we need to embrace and let go of the things that just simply aren't serving us, because we have developed an attachment to those things, thinking that maybe we won't find something to replace that, or thinking that this is as good as it gets. So I ask that all of those attachments that any of us have, you highlight those in our lives and show us and remind us that there are things that are more aligned with our purpose, that there are things that are more aligned with our journey, that there are other opportunities that are more aligned with our highest being, our light aspect within. I ask that you help guide us all effortlessly and easily to those that are the highest vibration and meant to be in our soul tribe, just like we've united on this channel, just like we've united in this world at this time. We have a soul tribe, and I ask that you pave the way to the soul tribe for each and every individual on this video, on this channel, who's subscribed, who's been here, who's just here for a second, is here for a whole time. I ask that you surround us in your love and in your grace. I ask that you gift us an opportunity to connect with you in every moment of every day, and a reminder of the beauty of what it is to be in your light, whether that's through nature, through acts of compassion and kindness, through love, through acceptance, or through surrender. Make these opportunities available and known to each of us. As these words are spoken unto this space, so shall they be. Amen. Aho, Ase. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Excellent. Let me go ahead and get that set up over here. Yay! Okay, so today we are going to draw from the Intuition Oracle because I love these and I cannot stay away. I just keep bringing them out. I love them. I love them. So if you want to know, it is called the Intuition Oracle. It is by Monty Farber and Amy Zerner. If you guys can see that, that's what it looks like. Okay. Let me get one more shuffle on this. So, source for the collective. Who's being tempted by the collective? Who's being tempted by pile number 1? What oracle card will help us understand better who's being tempted by pile 1 and who it is? Oh, you get 2. Okay. What it is that makes pile 1 tempting. For pile number 2 source, who's being tempted by pile number 2? And what is it about pile number 2 that makes them so tempting? Who's being tempted by pile number 2 source? Can you help us understand this better? Okay, it's this one. Thank you. Source for pile number 3, who's being tempted by pile number 3? What oracle card will better help us understand this? And what is it about pile 3 that makes them so tempting? Whoa, okay, that is too many. This is the one that they want. They just had to throw out the whole deck in order for me to see it. Oh, I already love that. Okay. Perfect. So let's get this set off. I'm not going to do the bottom of the deck today just because this is more like per pile. But for pile number 1, we do have this beautiful bloodstone to choose from. This is such a powerful stone. Like, I carry this stone in my pocket sometimes, and it's just, woo, oh. For pile 2, we have this beautiful piece of tiger's eye to choose from. And for pile number 3, we have this peach moonstone to choose from. So pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3, whichever pile you were drawn to, that should be the pile for you. And I will see you over there. Hello, my fellow humans that were drawn to pile number 1. If you were drawn to this bloodstone, or if you were drawn to this image during the card pick, this is going to be your reading on who's being tempted by you and what makes you tempting. I thought I had my light on, but let me go ahead and turn that on. There, that looks a lot better. Excellent. So, real quick, these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave what does not. Also know that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, if you are interested and you would like to take me on the go, I have recently uploaded a podcast on Spotify known as Scatter Love Radio. You will find the link down below. That is where I will actually go deeper into certain topics that I do bring up on my readings, where I give advice, where I give tips and tricks, where I explain my own experience in life and what it is that I myself have done to overcome trials and tribulations and to grow spiritually, personally, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Okay? So with that, let us go ahead and get started with your dice reading and find out what it is about you, pile number one. Who is it that's being tempted by pile number one? Let's first ask that. Who is it that's being tempted by pile number one, source? We'll find out what makes you so tempting towards the end of this, okay? Who is it that's being tempted by pile number one, source? What can you tell us about who's being tempted by pile number one? Okay, so ooh, we have a lot of water. Somebody who's very emotionally invested already. We've got 4th house, moon, and Pisces coming out here. Let me get these set up here. This is someone who is mysterious but can see building a home with you. This is someone who is very in touch with their emotions. Like, this is somebody who is very willing to express themselves. They are someone who likes to love. No, they don't like to love. This person loves to love. This could be someone who falls in love very easily, right? Very easily. They are, wow, holy moly. Felt like someone was grappling something. They were gripping my throat. I couldn't talk for a second. Whoa. It's almost like they don't want anybody to know. They have a facade. They have a mask that they wear out and about, because they don't want people to know the truth of who they are. And they let very few people come very close to them. Okay? So who's being tempted by you right now is someone who could very easily fall in love with you. Especially with the moon, Pisces, and the 4th house here. This is all very watery, emotional energy. Like, this is something that's very subconscious. This is someone who is very subconsciously drawn to you. They are very they're magnetically being drawn to you. Very feminine energy, okay? They don't necessarily have to be a feminine. Okay, this could be a masculine who is very well balanced between his masculine and feminine energies, or this could be a divine feminine as well. You could be a masculine on here watching, okay? Regardless, it doesn't matter. This is someone who wants to set down roots. They're tempted. They're tempted to be like, yo, pile one, I want to set down some roots with you. I want to make it serious. Let's take this to the next level. You'd be like, who is this? Or for some of you, this is who you're married to, and that's it. They're tempted by you. Every day, baby, they're like, whew, I'm so glad. I am so glad I married pile one. They are my They're so delicious. That's who's being tempted by you. They think about you all the time. They think about what it would be like if you're not married. They think about what it would be like to have family with you. They think about what it would be like to escape life with you, to play out fantasies with you, to, go and do charities together, to be romantic with you, to play music to you. I feel like this is someone who might sing to you a lot, or they would love to sing to you. Like, that would make them feel so good just seeing how you reacted to them singing to you. So this is someone who's very musically inclined, or that's like their hobby. They like music a lot. This is someone who's super, super spiritual, super intuitive, someone who's very compassionate and sensitive. I mean, sensitivity here is at a 10, okay? We cannot get more sensitive than this watery trio right here. And yes, I know we're missing Scorpio energy, but honestly, when we have Cancer and Pisces together, Pisces are people who fall in love. Like, they've played out a whole life scenario with someone that they just kind of like. Within 5 minutes, they've lived 5 or 6 lifetimes with somebody. Sorry, I laugh because I know I'm a Pisces. I get that. So, and then you have Cancers who are all about home and building the home. And Cancer's ruled by moon, and Pisces rules the moon in tarot. right? So you have this deep connection. There's something that's going on beneath the surface here. This is someone who feels like they have no control over the draw towards you. They're being tempted to take this to the next level. There is a sense of shyness coming through here with the moon. I want to be hidden. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to like bear everything out there. This is also somebody who would love to woo you through cooking. Right? Like this is someone who would like to bake for you and like use that as a way to really romance you, pile one. They really want to romance you with some strawberries, some chocolate covered strawberries, which personally I gotta say, yuck. I don't like strawberries, y'all. I just don't. I'm a weird one, but yeah, no, like this is somebody who would go and they'd find out what your favorite dessert is. They will cook it for you and then they will spoon feed it to you if that is something that you're into. But that would just really make their day. They just really like that. They would love to cook for you. They don't want you to have to lift a finger. Like this is somebody who just really wants to romance you in this way, and it feels very untraditional. Like this is not a traditional conventional type couple that they're being tempted by you. Like this is very untraditional. They want to do everything in secret, right? Until it becomes serious. And when it becomes serious, then I could see this is the person that's going to be like, go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. This is going to be that person. They're going to be like shouting it everywhere. I'm in love with pile one. Ah. Sorry, guys, I just feel so goofy, right? Like giddy. That's the giddy. Like you make them feel giddy. When they see you, they're like, oh, there's my person. There's pile one. Oh my gosh, here they are. Oh. Let's get some tarot out on it for you. So Source, let's find out who this is a little bit more, right? So Source, who is being tempted by pile number one? Can you tell us a little bit more about who's being tempted by pile number one? Thank you. Who is being tempted by pile number one? Source, tell us a little more about this person. Who's being tempted by pile number one? Who is being tempted? Whoa, that came... Somebody wants to take a risk. Like, you have the Fool card popping out first thing. This is someone who has very attractive eyes. They also, I feel like they have very full lips, okay? And I feel like this person smells really delicious, too. Like, either they smell like food, but, like, not like somebody that works in fast food. You know how it smells like nasty grease? Like, no, this is someone who smells like home-cooked goodness all the time. Like, you're just like, oh, what did you cook today? And they're like, oh, let me tell you. You want to try some? I got some left over. You want to try it? Like, this is someone who's so excited about it. Source, can you tell us more about who is tempted by pile number one? Oh, my gosh. Can we be more serious about this? Like, Source is bringing us out. This is someone who wants a commitment. What was I saying? Like, this is someone, once they want to keep it secret until it's, like, serious. And when it's serious, this person wants to tell everybody that I'm in love with pile one. You don't even know. Pile one is their everything. This could be someone that's older than you. Again, with the eyes, there's something unique about their eyes. Like, you may be drawn in by their eyes. You may find that that's the first thing that you're attracted to is their eyes. This is also someone who is very smart, very intelligent, very wise. They also don't say much. What they do say, like, this is someone who speaks in a very succinct manner. Like, when they say something, it's very short, sweet, to the point, one-liners, that's it. Because they've learned that what they have to say matters, and so they don't just go out and just keep talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. This is someone who says things very quiet. They say it very, very blunt. Like, they're very blunt, and not in a bad way. Like, this is someone who just takes it very seriously. Like, when they have to say something, look, I cannot. What was I saying? They love you. We have the Two of Hearts here, also depicting the Temperance card. Look, you have all the mystery cards coming out here. You have the Fool, the Pope, and then you have Temperance coming through here. Like, this, they see balance with you, right? They want to balance that out. I feel like they know that you've experienced a lot of heartbreak in love, or maybe it's like they see you as someone who's single. They see you as single, and they're like, Oh no. No, I know they're single because they don't trust having a relationship. Like, it's like almost like maybe an assumption, but their assumption is very intuitive. And it's spot on. It is spot on. Look, we have the moon coming out on the bottom of the deck with the 8 of hearts. Yeah, they're very deeply in tune with their intuition here. This is someone who knows exactly what's going on with you, even though you said nothing. Like, they feel what's going on with you. So if this is someone you're married to, you know how after a while married couples just, they can look at each other and have a whole conversation? Like, this is why they're so tempted by you, because they know they don't need to say anything to let you know what's going on, or you don't need to say anything so that they can come to you later and they can be like, hey, I know that you're feeling this, this, and this, and this. Let's talk about it. I don't want to leave you just hanging. Let's talk about it. This is someone who sees you as an earth angel. And they feel like you're too good for them too. Like, that's the other thing here. Like, they want you more than anything, but they do feel like you're on a whole nother level than they're on. Yeah, the moon wants to come out. Popped out again. It just was like, nope, I want to be out. Yeah, and they're very intuitively connected with you. Like, this is crazy. These are all mystery cards. And if you know, not all the like, it has all the mystery cards in here, but not all the cards are mystery cards, right? So that's just a trip. Yeah, look, we have the 4 of diamonds on the bottom. Like, they so if they're not married to you, and even if they are, again, the sense that they're older than you is coming through here, and something with their eyes again here, right? They see you as, it's almost like, how do you like me, or how do you love me, how do you see me, you know? But here they're like spying on you. Like, they're trying to find a way to spy on you, like whether that's through social media, and not in a creepy way. They just want to know who you are. They want to get to know you better. They want to find out what makes you tick. They want to find out what it is about you that drives you. Like, they really are. This is someone who really wants to know everything there is to know about you. Can you see that there? Let me move it there. I guess we could put it here. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. But they see you as an earth angel. Like, there's no getting around it. They just see you as someone that completes them in a way that they've never been completed before. And they see that you have something so beautiful to offer. And also, it's the way you treat people. It has to do with the way that you treat people. It's the way that you show up. The way that you also run by your intuition. I feel like they notice exactly when you're being in your intuition. And so it's like, while this person wants to hide how much they feel about you, there's also this deeper knowing that you already know exactly who this is. If it's not somebody you're already with, you already know exactly who this is, and they know that you know how they feel about you. And there's no, like, they can't hide it. There's no getting around it. So let's find out what it is about you that's so tempting. So, source, for pile number 1, what makes pile number 1 so tempting? What makes pile number 1 so tempting? That was quick. Woohoo! Okay. Your innocence. Your innocence. Sorry, I'm blushing over here, pile 1. I'm very, very much blushing. It's because this could be someone who likes to spank. Like, that's what that card, exactly what that card drew me to, is like, oh, they like to spank. Like, they also, so that tells me that your rear end, okay, you got a badonkadonk that they really like. They watch you when you're walking away. Like, they may not stare at you when you're facing them because they don't want to be caught, but man, they love watching you leave a room. They're like, ooh, pile 1 with that booty right there, I could do some things, okay? I'm seeing, like, bouncing some quarters on it and stuff. So you may have a tight rear. Like, it's something that you yourself might take pride in. You may have worked hard for what you have, right? Maybe you've worked out, or maybe you haven't, and that's fine. You just were gifted with a beautiful butt. I'm hearing that song right now by Sir Mix-a-Lot. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Like, that's how they see you. That's what makes you so tempting, is your badonkadonk, okay? That's just one thing. That's just what else makes pile number 1 so tempting. They really, really like your innocence, though. Okay, again with the eyes. Like, look at how crazy. I know they look creepy, but there's something about the eyes with this person. There's something that, like, when you look into their eyes, you notice right away. That's what Source is telling me. Yeah, my ear is going crazy right now. Yeah, that's what they're saying. It's like there's something that you notice about their eyes. I heard kind eyes, gentle eyes, soft eyes. Like, it could be the color of their eyes too, but this is more like the emotion that emits from their eyes. It's like you also see things deep down within them. It's like when they're trying to hide from you, there's no hiding from you. They're completely exposed when you're around. And they actually like that. They like that they don't have to go out of their way to convince you of who they are because they feel like you already know who they are. I did not know you got 2 cards here. Ooh, they like that you have a dark side to you. And you're unique. They like how unique you are. Like you stand out, you know, amongst everybody. You're totally different from anyone that they've ever met. And it's like, there's this sense that you're very innocent, but there's also this sense that you could equally be this individual here. Right? You also have a dark side to you. And it's like, they like that about you. That's what's tempting. It's like it's like they don't get to see that, but it's like the same way that you see into their soul, they also see into your soul. And so it's like that darkness comes out. Like, if you're married to this person, this is someone who they may tell you, oh, I think you look so hot when you're mad. But they don't go out of their way to make you mad. But just like when you have a situation and you come home and you're mad, like, they're just like, oh, you look so hot right now. And you're like, stop, I'm trying to be mad. Like, stop, you know? and it's almost like they totally diffuse it for you because they just really are tempted by you when you're angry. They're like, oh, but they're not gonna be someone who goes out of their way to make you mad because they know that your wrath is your wrath. And like, they can't be like, I'm gonna make you mad, pile one, and then tell you that you're so sexy, because they know that they're gonna get their heads bit off. Like, that's it, right? But yeah, there's like this darkness to you that doesn't come out very often. Most of the time you're walking around very innocent looking. So when I turn this over, I like the way you play. I like the way you play around. You have a lot of fun. We have the 4 of Wands here, right? And the 4 of Wands is an interesting card, especially in my deck. You know, let's talk about Rider-Waite-Smith. I don't actually do Rider-Waite-Smith because that's not the cards that I was drawn to. But when we think about Rider-Waite-Smith, you think about the building of the home, right? Having a happy home, having a happy family. Like, they call it the soulmate card and so on and so forth. But in my deck, it really talks about coming up out of a stalemate. Right? Coming out of a situation where they were stuck, or where mentally you were stuck, or taking action one was stuck. And so there's something here that's coming through that they were stuck. Okay, sorry, I just got another message here and I'm trying not to be all embarrassed because, you know, okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. But there was something that they were stuck in, and then you came into their life, and it was like, now it's like their life is just constantly in flow. It's constantly moving. Things are happening for them all the time. Right? They are also tempted by your lips. And I'm going to say, because this card is full of lollipops, and I'm hearing, lick you like a lollipop. Okay, I can't sing that song anymore. Please, please. I do not remember who sings that song, but every time I think about that song, I think about at the very end of The Hangover when that really creepy dude is singing it. I'm sorry, like, this is how you make this person feel. Oh my goodness. And then if you notice here, what makes you so tempting, you have all wands cards, right? All batons coming out here. You are sexy. And I don't think you realize just how sexy you are, because there's a sense of humbleness here coming through here, you know, again with this inner child coming through here. Also, once you've come into their life, there's this bumblebee that she has on the string, and bumblebees talk about prosperity, you know, and abundance. You know, they also spread prosperity, right? Reciprocity. They're spreading prosperity through getting pollens, and the pollen, and it's like that synergistic energy coming through here. And so it's like, again, you came into their life and things started moving from them, And they also feel like you came into their life and brought them so much prosperity. So regardless of where this connection is at, whether you're married or whether you're in separation or you're just friends or whatever it is, they feel lucky that they know you because you've brought so much into their life just by being you. What a beautiful thing. Yeah, but they definitely, there's something about your mouth, like you maybe have a really like, what is it about you and your smart mouth drawing me in and kicking me out? What is that? I can't, I'm hearing it and I know that's not exactly how it sounds. Hold on just a second. Your card flew over here. Am I going to get it? Please. Wait. Come here, card. Okay. Oh, my dog. She's like, what are you doing, Ma? Anyways, comment that song down below too. That might have some lyrics in it that mean something to you. But they also like that you are not afraid to say what's on your mind. Yeah, so look, we have the 9 of Cups. And look, this is a honeypot. What was I just talking about? The bee. They see you as their honeypot. Like, you're the sweetness in their life. Like, this is how they see you. They're like, how do you find me so attractive? Also, they may be a different color of skin than you have, right? They may be darker, they may be lighter, but they, like, feels like opposites. Like, maybe you come from different cultures, you come from different backgrounds, you come from different countries, whatever it is. Like, they just feel like they're in your light and like you're just so beautiful, and they're just like, how could pile number 1 like me like that? Like, how could they ever be interested in me? So if you're not together, these are some of the fears that come through on their mind, because when they see you, they just see you as this light being, this beautiful person who just is luxurious and lavish and delicious. More than anything, so delicious here, right? Like, they just want to eat you up. That's what's so tempting about you. Look at that. This is somebody who sees you as their everything. They see you as their everything. They want to experience everything with you. Look, I cannot make this up. We have the World on the bottom. Something feels isolated between you two right now. So for some, you may be in separation from this, or like they may be at work, right? Like that isolation, they just may be at work and dreaming about being home with you, okay? Like, but there's this sense of being isolated from you right now. What a cute, aww, like so cute. This pile is so freaking cute. I love it already. Okay, so I actually need to move these over here so I can get out some oracles. That's okay, that works. Can we please have some oracle cards for pile number 1, source? Oh, that came out fast. Look. Can I please get an amen? Hello. Hello. Look. And look what we have on the bottom. Work. Work. Beaver. Work. Yeah, so they're at work. Or you know this person from work. Or you met them at their work. Or they met you at your work. Or they're separated right now from you at work. Right? Oh, this is so cute. But look, we had number 42 come out, which is 6. 6 is all about balance and seeing yourself through the eyes of the divine. We have dolphin and happiness. Look, they see having a family with you. They see having abundance with you, growing, having prosperity with you. This is so cute. Like, I cannot with how cute this person is. They're adorbs. Oh, did you see that? Yeah, look, there's something going on right now. Like, there's some sort of growth that's happening. Like, maybe you're taking time away, or like you had to go and focus on work, or you had to go and focus on your journey. And so there's some sense of solitude right now. They're away from you. That's exactly what this feels like here. Like, they're away from where you're at, or there's some kind of, like, maybe you haven't seen them in a while, and they're just like, miss you so much. They're like, oh, my pile 1s, where's my pile 1? Like, they look, so like if you met them at their work, this is the type of energy that it is. It's like every time someone walks into the door, they're looking up and hoping to see your face. And when it's not you, they're kind of a little bit crestfallen, right? They're kind of like, oh, that's not pile 1. Like, why aren't they here? Where'd they go? What do we have here? Air, open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning. Yeah, so they're learning to just stay open-minded with the situation. So for those of you that are not connected with them, they're just learning to stay open-minded. But when it comes to if you're with each other, like they want to be open-minded about all experiences and to objectively, take on and take action with you. They don't want it to be one-sided. You're a team, and they always want it to be like you're a team, and that's something that I feel like both of you are always learning. If you're not together, that's something you'll learn how to do together. I can't. The moon, again. You got the moon in the dice. He or she, they got the moon in their reading, and the moon on the bottom here. Satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. Like this person has it. I got it bad. What is that, an Usher song? Got it bad? I don't remember all the words to it, otherwise I'd sing it. It's been a long time. I don't think I've heard that song for years. So for it to come through, it's definitely a channeled message. So, play that old song. Ain't nothing you call right back. You got it bad. They got it bad. Let's get some descriptors out. May you please have some descriptive messages for pile number 1. Now, these won't resonate with everyone. They are just fun to draw, though. Okay, that's plenty. That is plenty. And they might be describing you. It might be describing past energy. We never know until we open them. Sexy, sexy. Ooh, she's a sexy bitch. Some David Guetta coming in. Yeah, this is somebody who's very musically inclined, because I don't think I've ever had a reading with this many songs, just one right after the other. It's like, so maybe they will songs for you to listen to in the day so that you know they're thinking of you. Childish, yeah, so they see you connecting with your inner child. They like having fun with you. That's definitely something I was talking about earlier, like this, are you going to focus? There we go. This energy of seeming so innocent, right? That's the energy, seeming so innocent. I'm not saying you are. That's just what's coming through. We have Aries coming in here. Okay, Aries is all about that, taking action. They want to take that risk with you. They want to go the next step. Why is that not focusing? Let me change that. Okay, that's a little better. Yeah, they want to take that risk with you. They want to go the distance with you. They want to take a chance. Take a chance on me. Fussy. Ooh, so there's somebody in their energy that's mad because you've come into their life, or that you're a part of their life. Like there's somebody who really has a problem with the two of you. Probably because this person's energy changed the minute that you came in, and, snub nose. So they may have a stub nose, you may have a stub nose. That's cute. Aww. I like noses. There's something about noses that and it doesn't matter what the nose looks like. I just like noses. They're cute. Composed, exactly. That's a confirmation what we were talking about. This is somebody who really goes out of their way to make sure that their feelings aren't known. Like they do their best to stay composed. Snatched. They like you because you're snatched. They think you have a snatched waist. Again, coming back to that, like, when somebody comes in with an itty-bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. They think you're snatched. Like, and even if you're, a BBW, whatever it is, like if you're chunky, if you're skinny, they see you as someone who's snatched, okay? They see you with a small waist and a big booty. Like, it doesn't matter what your weight is. They see you as somebody with a small waist and a big booty. That's the thing. I keep hearing that big old booty. Yeah, blue eyes. What was I saying? Something about their eyes. This could be you have blue eyes, but there's something about the eyes with this pile. Something about the eyes with pile number 1. And boisterous. Yeah, so I feel like this is your energy. You're very fun. You like to be loud and have fun and like just, live life. Why is this not today with this camera? I cannot tell you what is going on. I hope you all can read that. Yeah, so very boisterous energy coming through here. Look at this. You guys got 2 cards, okay? Oh, look, we have this love. They want to come forward and tell you, look, they feel like you are a perfect match for each other. Like, they They see you as their person, and they see you as someone that's bright and vibrant and loving and fun and always transforming and always doing something different. What a pretty thing. They also see you as someone that's opened their heart. You communicate through their heart with saying nothing at all. Like the joyful. I know that the purpose of life is to be happy and live purposefully. So they see you as someone who loves to live. And we have 42 coming out. 42 with the happiness card. 42 coming out with this one. Happy and purposefully. They see you as their happiness. They see you as their happiness, pile one. And they see you, that's it. They just see you as a perfect couple here. It's like they see you guys coming together. Like this may be a friend of yours. This may be someone that you're already married to. But this is like energy of like needing to take another step. This feels like page energy to me. Like, oh my gosh, I need to take that next step. Like if I don't, then pile one could potentially get away. Yeah, number 11. Look, a master number coming out. 11 is all about spiritual ascension. If I'm my own best friend and I magnetize other loving friendships, didn't I say you were magnetizing your energy in the beginning? Look, and we have this confirmation coming through here with the friend in number 11, but they see you. So again, this could be a friend, or they could have started out as your friend and now you're together and you're wondering if they're still tempted by you. Oh yeah, they never lost sight of who you are to them. And this person sees you for who you are to them, and they really appreciate that you're in their life. I loved your reading, pile one. This was beautiful. If it resonates, hit that thumbs up button down below. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Get on out of here. And until next time, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow humans that were drawn to pile number 2. If you were drawn to this piece of tiger's eye or this image while we were shuffling, then this is going to be a reading on who is tempted by you and what is it about you that is tempting. Keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what does not. And knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. My apologies, but I need to push this up just a tad bit here. There we go. That's a lot better. Okay. Also, if you are not able to get enough of me, if you've been taking me with you and you've watched every one of my videos, which I know some have, and I thank you so much for doing so. It means so much to me. You can also now take me along with you on your car rides, while you're cleaning, while you're working, on your lunch break. I have started a podcast on Spotify. It is called Scatter Love Radio. You will find the link down below in the description, and those will come out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, in case you did not hear that on the intro. So with that being said, let us go ahead and get started with your reading and find out. We're going to find out who is tempted by you first, and then we will find out later with the tarot what makes you tempting. Okay, so source for pile number 2, who is tempted by pile number 2, source? Who is tempted by pile number 2? What messages do you have? How can you better help us understand who is tempted by pile number 2? We have 3rd house, Leo, and Moon. Ooh. Someone who is very confident about how they feel. This could be a childhood friend from school. This could be someone that maybe your brother or your sister knows, or someone that the family knows. I heard a cousin that you know, like a friend of a cousin, not a cousin, okay? Like, no, but like a friend of a cousin, okay? Like, this is someone that you know through family or through just knowing them for a very long time, okay? And they are someone who I feel like when you see them or you talk to them, you have a very easy time communicating with them. Like, it flows, it's fun, you always have a good time together, you have some really great conversations. You may talk about how it is that each of you perceives things, or go into very psychological conversations like, oh, have you noticed that this is a common thing? Like, what do you think it is that causes that? What do you think people think that way? Like, definitely feels very psychological. Like the two of you are always having these really deep, profound conversations when you talk with one another. And that's who's tempted by you. And I'm going to tell you, they really like your mind. Like, that's the first thing that's coming through here, is they really like your mind. Oh, and I did get a channel message that I totally forgot to start with, but it's coming through now. So this is like a divine This is like a divine connection here, okay? Because I kept getting the Pope and the Pope, then the Popess together, like as I was shuffling. Like they kept coming out together. It was really insane. I was like, why are these coming out together? Like they just kept coming out together. Like I split the deck, I shuffled the deck, split the deck, shuffled the deck, and they kept coming out together. So this is a divine connection here that's coming through, okay? So just a channel message. It doesn't necessarily mean one that's meant to have a romantic connection. That could just be that you are meant to be soulmates in each other's lives as friends, okay? But this is someone who is romantically interested in you, okay? They're catching feelings, right? This is someone who's very charismatic, okay? And they shine a light. They like to have a lot of fun. This is someone who teases you. I feel like this is the person who comes up and tickles you. Like they run up behind you and they poke you in the side just so they can hear you laugh and giggle. This is someone who likes to get in touch with their inner child. Like they may always be playing games. This is someone who may prank your friends, your brothers, your sisters, your family. Like they prank you. Like this is someone who's a prankster. Like that's what's coming through right now. You may see them as someone who's very vain because they're so popular and they really thrive in that popularity, but they're actually not. This is not really a vain person. This is just someone who likes to be popular. They may have Leo highly aspect in their chart, or they may have Leo in the 7th house, or they may have the sun in the 7th house is something that I'm hearing here. If you know what their chart is, not everybody's going to know. They're very happy. They're like about glamour. You may notice they dress really good all the time. Like they're always in like name brand clothes, or they just really look good all the time because they take pride in their appearance. This is someone who's outgoing and they just really like to make people feel welcome. Like when I talk about Leos are like the brave hearts of the zodiacs. They're the ones that go through the hardest stuff. And that's not downplaying anybody else's struggles, okay? Just understand this is just something I notice a lot with Leos is they go through the hardest things. They get the craziest heartbreaks. And no matter what, like a Leo's heart can be broken 1,000 times. And why I call them the brave hearts is because they will still love open-heartedly to somebody that they care about. And that's exactly what it feels like with this person. Like they've had their heart broken time and time again. And yet you're the reason that gives them hope that they could love again, right? This is something that's very subconscious. You may not be aware of who they are or like be aware of how much they really like you, but it is coming through. I feel like the jig is up soon, like it's gonna come through eventually. They also, it's odd because I was gonna get this in the tarot cards, but it is coming out. If you're a woman, they are very tempted by your breasts. You may have very large breasts, or they're very perky, or they're just like, they're that perfect size for them, and they're really drawn to your chest area, okay? Like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, that's all they care about. No, like, that's just something that is coming through. They're very tempted by your breasts. Like, they see you, and they're just like, imagine what it would be like to play with you. And so, yeah. But they have really good instincts. They're very receptive to constructive criticism that doesn't hurt their feelings. Like, that's not something that's going to hurt their feelings. This is also someone who, like we had in pile 1, someone who enjoys baking and cooking, and that's something that's very romantic for them, very sensual. Okay, this is because Leo is very romantic at heart. And this is a very sensual act for them to cook, to give love via cooking. Like, you may find that this person's love language is through acts of kindness and gifts. They like to give gifts, right? It's a very Leo trait. Leos love to give gifts. They love to see people's reactions. Like, that's something that every Leo I've ever met, that's something that they do. They just love to see people's reactions. And that, depending on their reaction, that will make whether or not a Leo has a good or a bad day, right? Especially if they're in their shadow. Let's find out some more, though. Let's get some tarot on it and find out who is tempted by you, pile 2. This could be someone you also know from work or like worked with for a long time. It is coming through, though, that this is somebody you've known from childhood, okay? Who is tempted by you, pile 2? Source, may you please help us understand who is tempted by pile 2? This is someone who recently went through a huge transformation. So they may have broken up. They may have had a divorce. This is someone who recently let go of a very huge struggle in their life. And it actually made them far more attractive and wealthier and abundant. So who is attracted, or I'm sorry, who is tempted by pile number 2, source? Thank you. Yeah. So we have justice coming out here. Where I just said, like, a divorce. This could have been somebody who went through a divorce, or someone who'd been dealing in a court case. Okay? But intuitively, they know that they're attracted to you. They know that they've been attracted to you for a long time. Like, that's something that's never been a question here. But they're tempted by you because of how they feel inside. Like, their heart, it's like when they see you, they get this, it's not even butterflies, because sometimes butterflies is actually a red flag. This is more like they get this feeling and this sense of, like, I've done this before, I know who this is, and this feels good to me, this feels like home. But they could have recently been in a situation where this is what's been on their mind, the most everything. It's like you're kind of like a reprieve from the hardships that they've been on. You're like, thinking about you gives them a sense of feeling good through this difficult situation that they're going through. Who's tempted by pile number 2, source? Who is tempted by pile number 2? Thank you. Yeah, they just went through something extremely difficult. And that may be why it's hard for you too. Like, if this is somebody who recently just got out of a relationship, or this could be a custody situation, this could be a divorce, this could be a legal situation where they had to split assets, you know, and that might be hard for you because, like, this just happened. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't just jump in with somebody because that feels like a rebound. But knowing that this is also something that is being guided by Source, especially with the 3 of Swords here, this is showing that Source is shining a light for this person to take a chance, to come forward, to do something here. We have Libra energy out on the board here. The 3 of Swords and Justice are Libra energies coming through here. So this person likes to have fair, loving, harmonious relationships, and whatever they had before was not fair and harmonious, and they see with you that maybe they could potentially have something that's very harmonious. They see you as the Empress. They see you as somebody that is super beautiful, gorgeous, like voluptuous, sexy, sensual. Like, they just see everything with you. They think you are very luxurious. Like, there's something about you that's very luxurious. There's something about you that is very, it's just above the top. Like, they just know that they would be happy having you in their life, because when they're with you, they're happy. When they're with you, they can have a good time. They can be who they are. So maybe whoever it is that they let go of their life really was trying to change them from who they are at their core. And when they're with you, they can just let loose and be who they are. And that's something that's very, that's why they're so tempted by you. The Empress does want to come out on the board here. So again, we have Libra and Taurus energy. So this could very well be a Libra. You could be a Libra, right? Or there could be a Libra in Venus here, right? It just depends. It really, really depends on if you know their natal chart or not. So let's get one more out and see what's coming through. So Source, for pile number 2, who is tempted? Oh, we're getting 2 more cards. Excuse me. Yeah, they're very much being intuitively led here. You have the Moon up here. This is the Popess card coming through here. It's like they're trying to find balance. Do I take action, or do I let things happen for me? And they're trying to determine whether or not to come forward to you. You may not even know about this court situation. For some, it may be something that they're just keeping under wraps and you may not know about, but they do see you as somebody that they could really have a good life with and have a lot of, I think the main thing here is that they don't feel like they're stifled when they're in your energy. Like, they can always have fun with you. I can't. Didn't I say the Pope and the Popess came out while I was shuffling? And what came out? Like, they came out 3 times while I was shuffling. And here they are. That is exactly why they brought it up while I was doing the dice. Because that was a channeled message for you coming out. There's something about finding the balance here. The key comes in the balance between your connection. Okay, and they're really trying to figure that out because they're very drawn to you. They're drawn to your energy. There's something very magnetic about you, but this is a divine counterpart, again, coming through, and that clarification. Thank you so much, Source. That beautiful clarification coming through here. Yeah, this is something they want to celebrate with others. More than that, though, the Three of Cups really does talk about, in my deck, about expanding emotionally, having a family. They want to have kids with you, or they want to have, you know, fur babies with you, or lizard babies, or whatever, you know, like whatever it is. If you're into reptiles, if you're into birds, or if you're into whatever you're into, right? Like, they just want to have a family, and they want to have a home to come to, you know, and they want to expand. They want to expand on that. So now, let's get some cards, finding out what it is that makes you so tempting. What is it about pile number 2 that makes them so tempting, Source? What makes pile number 2 so tempting? Can you tell us more about what makes pile number 2 so tempting? So we know they're definitely attracted to your chest, okay? Like, even if you're a man, like, this is somebody who just could see themselves holding on to your chest and feeling safe. Like, you know, it's just something like that. Like, this is something about your chest that feels like safe and home and like a pillow, like just someplace that they could rest their head and just know that everything is okay. So, Source, what is it that makes pile number 2 so tempting? What is it about pile number 2 that makes them so tempting? What makes pile number 2 so tempting, Source? What makes pile 2 so tempting? Okay, this one wants to come out. Yeah, so, okay. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Wow. Let's back up, guys. Whoa. This is justice. This is justice. You both have... When I say divine couple, you are mirroring each other like crazy. You both are going through something. Right? You both are going... And justice is 8 in my deck. And I love that it's depicted by the 8 of spades from this deck. Right? Because it is still number 8. It's like something that's built on a house of cards. Like something that... one real gust of wind could come in and blow over. And so what makes you so tempting is because they feel like you understand them. Maybe you went through the same thing that they're going through right now before. Wow, I apologize. I need a drink of water. My throat is all tickly, and so that tells me that this is a truth coming through here. Look. Look. Look at this synchronicity. Do you see this synchronicity, pile 2? Ah! We have the justice. We have the justice. We have the 3 of swords. We have the 3 of swords coming out. I have to take it. I have to take it. You both have experienced the same things. Whatever your life, whatever the suffering, the traumas that you have experienced, that's what makes you so tempting. Because for them, it's like they know that they don't have to explain what they've gone through with you. Like, if you have a bad day, they can come home and you both can have that heart-to-heart conversation, and you both are going to understand where the other one is coming from. And it might not be something that's physical about you. Because for this person, it's all about, again, brave heart. That Leo energy is about wearing their heart on their sleeve, being completely vulnerable. And knowing that they can be vulnerable with you is what makes you so tempting. They can't be this way with just anybody. I can't with you already, pile 2. This is an intense pile. What makes pile 2 so tempting? Yeah, there's something about the way you talk, that you write, that you communicate with them. Right? Again, we have this notion, like, if they need to come home and talk to you, they know that they can come home and talk to you. Like, they know that they can tell you anything. So you may already have communication with them about certain things that they're going through. We already discussed that from house 3. Right? There's something about the conversations that you have that makes you so tempting. Like, you could be the most gorgeous person in the world, and likewise, you could be the most unattractive person in the world, and it would not matter to this person because they would still be in love with you. They would still be tempted by you. They would still have an idea of a fantasy life with you. They would still want to play it out with you because you're meant to be. Like, there's something about this connection that's meant to be. There's some sort of balance here. There's some sort of beauty that's between the two of you that only the two of you know. I love your pile 2. I thought pile 1 was good. No, yours is taking the cake by far. This is like a very spiritual pile. This is a very spiritual pile. Just like both of you have just been through so much. You've grown so much. You've learned lessons from the past. Look, we have Judgment. You're the key. You're the key to their life. They felt so small before. And they felt like they couldn't show you. Like, look at this, the keys. The keys that they're holding. I feel like this depicts you and this depicts them. And it's like they're holding the key. But it's like the key to you, it actually has to do with you. You're their rose. You're the light in their life. You bring something so beautiful into their life. So, again, they see you as someone who's extremely beautiful. They see you as someone who just feels like comfort and home to them. They see you as someone who's very pure, who's very beautiful. Like, I can't get through that beautiful. Like, that's what keeps coming through, beautiful. That's why I was saying, like, even though you might not think you are, like, this person sees you as you're their person. There's no getting beyond that. Look at the synchronicities that we've had here. Just in a short time. From 2 completely different decks. Look at that. You're not their person. We have the 2 of Cups on the bottom. You're one and the same. They see you as one and the same. Yeah, that's it. And whether or not you're same-sex couples, whether or not you are non-binary, whether or not you identify with masculine, with feminine, it doesn't matter. They see you as being the complete opposite of each other, but the same. The exact same. Like, you are the opposite energies who have gone through the exact same things in life, and no one understands you better than they do, and no one understands them better than you do. They love you, pile 2. And we have the 2 of Cups. They want to build life with you. Yeah. You give them strength. You give them strength, and sometimes, like, they feel like a fool because it's like maybe they didn't take this chance earlier, and it makes them feel foolish, but they want to take it now because you give them strength in life. You give them strength to beat the bad shit that's going on. Excuse me, I was not trying to curse, but it came out because that's what it is. It's like whatever is bad in their life, you give them the strength because they know that there's hope with you. I love this. Oh, this person is so cute. They're very tempted by you because they love you. Regardless of how you look, this person is in love with you, and that's why they're so tempted by you. They just flat out love you, pile 2. There's no other way to say it. Look, 11. The strength card in my deck is number 11. 11, and this was the original decks. The original tarot, the strength was number 11. It was changed for the Rider-Waite-Smith to match the zodiac wheel, and that's why strength is number 8 in Rider-Waite-Smith and other tarot decks. That's actually the story behind it. The reason being is because it was to match the zodiac wheel. I can't remember his name. Crawley, I think it was. He changed it so that it matched how the zodiac played out. That was the whole purpose of it. Okay, but here you have 1111 coming through here. This is like a divine union here. This is a divine matching, a divine pairing. But this is also something that is very spiritual by nature. You have the emotional connection up here. Something that's being guided. Like this is coming in through the crown. There's no getting away from it. She has her crown on. There's no getting away from it. You have to vanquish all of the foes in life, right? All the hardships in life in order to come into union. And that's exactly what's happening here. Finding stability. Yeah, there's something about this connection that's very unique, very beautiful, very... Oh, it's just, this is a great connection. I feel so happy for you, pile 2. Yeah, there's something that's going on right now that they're very upset about, or that, you know, maybe they're upset about not being able to come to you sooner. This is like anger, like, why did I do what I did? Or why didn't I tell pile 2 that I love them so much? Why didn't I come forward? Why didn't I do this? Or why do I have to experience what I'm experiencing now? Like, that's not something I would have ever experienced with pile 2. With volcano volatility, this is talking about being angry about the situation at hand. What we see here. right? We see this. This is, maybe you two were divorced. Maybe you two were together. But again, I feel like this is more like a friendship. You're not really connected in that way, but you both have experienced very similar things. And this is them saying like, oh, well, if only I had chosen to step forward and tell pile 2 that I was so attached to them, in love with them way back when, I wouldn't have had to gone through this. But this is all divine action. That's the thing about volcano. It's a force of nature. There's no getting around it, because nature determines when this happens and how it happens. And that's what we have here. There's some sense of divine timing at play here in this connection. So this is someone you're meant to be with, okay? Or someone you're at least meant to have in your life. It's a divine pairing. Absolutely. And of course they would find you tempting just as much as you would find them tempting. Right? Like that's the beauty of it, because it's designed that way. Yeah. Something about the way you two connect with each other, right? There's this very much like you're very curious about each other. You have very intelligent conversations. Maybe you have the same group of friends, whatever it is. Yeah, they're healing. Oh, this is so, it's like melancholy, you know, because it's like we have Orca songlines coming through. They're healing generational curses right now. That's what's going on. This hardship that they're going through is them healing their differences from their family, their differences from what they thought they were meant to be, right? And they're healing that, and they're connecting with themselves on a much deeper level and healing that inner child right now. And so that's something that's going on throughout this. Let's see with you. Look, do you see this? This is the only way, like the only oceanic card in this deck is this one here, besides the ebb and flow. But I'm talking about like an animal here. You have the whale and you have the orca. We have whale and whale. I can't with you, pile 2. I can't. Whoa. Can I say wow? Like, whoa. Whoa and wow. I don't even know what to say. I'm so flabbergasted right now. Like, this is a thing, like, getting outside of the norm. Okay, they're healing their ancestral wounds. And this card talks about leaving behind all that you know so that you can have a fresh perspective at things. And I feel like that's what happened to you. You had to leave behind everything that you knew so that you could gain a fresh perspective on life. But do you see the synchronicities here? Like this woo, 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 woo. I'm a little titillated right now. I like can't do with this right now. This is insane. This is insane. I love these synchronicities. I'm in with it. Look, house 1, individuality, self-image, and approach to life. They're tempted by the way that you are. Everything about you, they're tempted by you. It doesn't matter the way you look, the way you act, the way you talk, the way you approach life, the way you see life, how you see yourself. They are in love with every aspect of you. And this is far deeper than just being tempted by. Like, of course they're tempted by you, but this is far deeper than that. This is somebody who is deeply in love with you. Okay? This is someone who is just like, when they hear your name, when they see your face, like this is someone who checks out for a minute because they're just visualizing what life is with you. This is an interesting picture here. Honestly, when I see this, I see like an old crone, like a witch here who... Maybe this person has had a spell cast on them, or maybe you are both dealing with hexes, and that's not going to resonate with everybody, but that is something that's coming through here, and that's like transforming those hexes or those curses into something that's beautiful. It's like maybe it's taken years to get to this point, to understand the depth of this love, to understand the depth of this emotion. But see, look, just being surrounded, you have the snake up here, which is like people who are trying to convince them of something that's not real, right? And then this feeling of wanting to run and be free, like this Giselle right here. And then what do we have here? I thought these were books over here, so I'm just going to go based on what I felt at first, because it feels like they're just being given knowledge. They're being fed knowledge here that they weren't before, because before they were kept like out of the loop. It was like they were kept in a bubble. So maybe there's somebody in this person's life that's keeping them in a bubble, like why they're going through this justice situation right now. And if you've been in that same situation as the card suggests, you know that at one point you were put in a bubble where you had to get away from everything in order to get a fresh perspective. right? And so that's what it feels like here. There's something about really connecting with source here and connecting with the truth and finding out what it is that makes them okay and what it is that makes them feel good, because they've walked a long time in the darkness and they're done with it and they see you as a bright light in their life. Look, we have the mentor. I respect and learn from the wisdom of my elders. This is how they view you. We have number 12 here, a change of perspective. They see you as their mentor. They're learning so much from you. Like maybe people have just done you dirty and they've watched that, right? I feel like, again, this is your energy over here. It's you already went through that. You already had to escape a situation or leave a situation, and now they're learning from you and what it is that you've done. And because of that, they're finally understanding the depth of this connection. And so they're just tempted by you, because this is a designed, this is exactly how it was meant to be from source. I almost forgot to get you some descriptors. Let's pull out some descriptors real quick and find out if we can have some descriptions about this person, source, for pile number 2. Now, these aren't going to resonate with everyone, but they are fun to get anyways. So let's get some descriptive messages coming out, source. Okay, we'll get a couple more. Let's get some descriptive messages here, source. Okay, I feel like that's it. That's a lot. Let's see what descriptions that are coming through. I feel like this one wants to be first. Thin lips. So this person may have thin lips. You may have thin lips. I don't know why my camera is being all weird today, but let's just go with it. Mature. Yeah, so with the Pope and the Popess, like this could be someone that's older than you, or you could be older than them with the mentor card here. They see you as a mentor. Whatever it is, though, that like you went through it first. You experienced it first, and now they're experiencing it. And it's like you paved the way for them. They're determined. Yeah, they're very determined to connect with you. Leo, we have Leo energy again. Very fiery. This could be a Leo that you're dealing with, okay? This is also someone, again, who's very confident, charismatic, who likes to be the center of attention. Just a lot of outgoing energy, like stand out above the crowd, even if I have to shout out loud. Tonight is the only thing we'll see. We're gonna stand out till you notice me, right? Like that's it. This person likes to stand out. Like that's just who they are. Unusual. So this is an unusual person. This is like not your usual, I'm gonna go for this person. A singer, and I just sang the song. That's awesome. So this person could be a singer. You could be a singer. They like to sing to you. Light skin. Okay, so this person has light skin. You may have light skin. So one of you might be darker than the other, right? That's that source, the feminine, the masculine. The feminine is oftentimes lighter than the masculine, even if it's just like a shade, right? Like a skin shade. Or it's that embodiment of the light and dark aspect. The embodiment of the two, the dualities coming together, which is masculine and feminine. That is dualistic energy by nature. Brown hair. So somebody has brown hair here. And again, these might not resonate with everybody. This is just, they're always fun to get in these readings. I loved your reading, pile 2. That was like so much fun. I am like a little bit flushed, a little bit just like, ooh, giddy and having a good time here. So if it resonated, hit that thumbs up button. But I am going to go ahead and leave this there and get on out of here. And until next time, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow humans that were drawn to pile number 3. If you were called to this beautiful peach moonstone, or if you were drawn to this image while we were doing the drawing, this is going to be your pile on who is tempted by you and what is it about you that's tempting. They've been amazing so far. And also keep in mind, these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. And if you would like, you can check out, I have a link down below in the description box to my new podcast that I just released, where podcasts will get dropped every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to take on the go with you, where I share my own experiences and how I have overcome my trials and tribulations and developed my path to personal development and growth. I am on Spotify now as Scatter Love Radio. So yeah, check that out, and thank you for being here. Let's go ahead and get into your reading and find out from the dice. Who is tempted by you, pile 3? Source, can we know more about who is tempted by pile number 3? What can you tell us about who it is that's tempted by pile 3, Source? Who is tempted by pile 3? So we have 8th house, Virgo, and Saturn energy coming through here. Okay, so let me grab my block here, and let's get these set up for you. So who is tempted by you, pile 3? This is someone who is very sexual by nature, very sensual. Like, they like to have fun, they like to keep things frisky. This is what I just heard. Okay. This is also somebody who's made a lot of sacrifice in their life. So while they may like a lot of sex, they also are somebody who knows when to put things on hold so that they can go and work and do what's necessary. They've also sacrificed a lot to help others. This is somebody who really enjoys helping others and, making sure that they're providing for their community. Like, I keep getting this image of somebody who has like a Sunday cookout for their neighborhood. It's kind of like in Fast and the Furious. Like, if you went to church, then you could come to the cookout. And it's not necessarily like that extreme, but it's just like, if you don't have any way to get food on Sunday, like, everybody come over, we're just going to have a big cookout on Sunday, or like on the weekend. Like, that's something that they really, really enjoy doing. This is somebody who's very, very giving. This is somebody who is very attractive and mysterious as well, especially with the 8th house here. This is a tall, dark, and handsome, tall, dark, and beautiful kind of energy, right? They also transform a lot. You may notice that this person changes their look a lot because they like to go with how they feel, not with what's in style. It's all about how I feel, and I'm going to dress based on that. This is somebody who has taken care of their debt. They do not have debt. They don't like to have debt. They like to take care of those things. They may have received an inheritance recently, or they may have an inheritance that they have. And this is somebody who has a legacy to them. Like, so they are pretty well known. Like, maybe they own their own business, or they have a family business, or they are, gifted a business from a friend, or whatever it is. But this is somebody who has a legacy about them. They're very humble. This is not somebody who sits and acts like they're better than other people. They don't. They're very humble. They're very charming. They're very peaceful. They're very much like things to be level-headed. Like, they don't want to show up in a fight all the time. But you may notice that this person does have some OCD, because they do like things to be a certain way. Like, they don't like people to touch their stuff. They don't like people to mess with their stuff. And that might be a way that people who are close to this person messes with them, is by messing with their stuff. But it really stresses them out. Like, it makes them feel very out of control. And they put their things that way for a reason. They don't mess with other people's things because they understand they don't like their own stuff to be messed with. And so that's something that you may notice stands out about this person. Like, they are very, very much in this place of having things set in a certain order. They may be critical of themselves, like highly critical of themselves, and highly obsessive in making sure things are perfect. They're very clean. They do like their solitude. This is somebody who likes to come back and spend time with themselves to recharge. They're very curious. They may find out things about you. They may remember small things about you that you're like, how did you remember that? And it's because they're very curious by nature, and they're tempted by you, and so you're constantly on their mind, and they're like, they want to remember the small things about you because it shows that they care, and they like that. Okay, this is somebody who communicates with a lot of people. They may network all the time, or they may have to network for their business, or they may have to network for their life. right? But they do like routines, and they like to help. Like, this is somebody who's going to be with community service, who's going to help at the soup kitchen. This is someone who helps the environment. Like, they may go save the planet and do all those things, you know, like, that's something that they really like. They're very helpful. They like to help people. Like, they don't like people to have to suffer or to be in need, because that's something that they themselves have had to experience. Especially with Saturn here, they may have had a very hard upbringing and had to have sacrificed a lot for their family or for just life in general. And so they like to help others out and give advice, or just make sure that they're stable, or make sure that they have what they need. This is someone who's very structured. They may seem very restricted or very like kind of like a stick up the butt type energy, but they're not like that all the time. We see that they are willing to let loose with this 8th house, but it takes someone very close to them to ever experience that side of them. They are disciplined. They have cleared out a lot of karma, but they also have a lot of obligations in their life, especially if they own a business. There's a lot of people that they look after. They have very firm foundations. They are very ambitious. They have a responsibility to overcoming their own obstacles and remaining an authority in their life. This is someone who may seem very traditional by nature. And we have in Saturn, which is connected with Capricorn, someone who wants to be or is a father or is a parent, somebody that's a masculine, right? So that could be a mother who's very masculine by nature, or is a fire or air sign. But that's also saying that this is somebody who is a father, because you have Capricorn as the father of the zodiac, and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. This is a very interesting person. Like, they're very uptight when it comes to people they don't know. But it's a mask and a sense of protection to keep themselves protected, because it's like, maybe in the past they've tried to let people into them, to their energy, and people have judged them or treated them cruelly. And so, yeah, like with the Pope, we have the Pope on the bottom here. Someone who's very wise and intelligent, but does not speak very often. So someone who speaks very slow, who takes things very slowly, lets things unfold. So if this is someone you're considering having a relationship with, just know that the relationship is going to move very slowly. This is also someone who's extremely attractive. Extremely. We have that with the 8th house too. We have a confirmation of that. This is somebody who's very, very sexy. Very well, highly sought after. Like, especially in networking. Like, this is somebody who gets offers a lot and turns down as many offers as come in, probably because this person just doesn't like to roll with people like that. Maybe in their past they did, but not now. Like, this is someone who's very structured, and they don't want to give away too much of their energy because they know people will take advantage of it. So let's ask the tarot. Who is it that's... Whoa, did you see that card like flew out? Who is it that's tempted by pile number 3? Yeah, we have the Queen of Swords. Someone who's not afraid to speak the truth. Very honest. Can seem very cold at sometimes. Very distant from you. Very cold. Very like you may have a great conversation, and they may have a customer come in, and instead of continuing the conversation with you, they may like be like, oh, I have to go over here and do that. Part of that is that facade. Like, they like to come across as being very disciplined. They like to be observed as a hard worker. They like to be seen as somebody who knows what's going on. You know, yeah, they're very popular. With the Star card here, they're very well known. And I feel like you may have been immediately drawn to them. Something about their face. They have a very handsome face, or like a baby face, or something that, like, you know, like very much draws you in. This is somebody who may have a beard. Let's see, what else? This is just someone who is seen in the light. Like, they have to be in the light, and I feel like that's what their business, like, or whatever it is they do for work, they have to network. Especially with Virgo, especially with Virgo coming through here. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the planet of communication, so they have to communicate regularly with people. Yeah, they do not like people seeing them at all. They keep themselves very well hidden. Like, they only have to show parts of themselves that are necessary for showing. And that's not, like, it's not like they're trying to be cold towards you. Again, this is just a mask. This is just a protection that they put up for themselves. so that people don't take advantage of them. It's like I give just enough so people know that I'm networking, that I do care, that I really want to be there for them to help them, but I don't overshare. This is someone who doesn't overshare, but they are very stable financially. This is someone who's very secretive about their personal life, though. They do not share their personal life with just anybody. Like, if you know anything about this person's personal life, like, that's a big deal for them, because they don't share their personal life with just anybody. Thank you. Yeah, so I love that this card came out here. We have the Two of Clubs coming through here with this energy of, like, wanting to have a conversation with you. They like the way that you talk. They like the way that you present yourself, right? And that's what I was just saying. Like, if you have anything about this person's personal information, like if you know anything about this person's personal life, part of it is because you took the time to actually ask them, and that was something that meant a lot to them. Okay, so say you were just like, hey, where did you grow up at? And it was like they just kind of had to stop for a second and be like, whoa, did pile 3 just ask me a personal question? Like, they didn't expect me to go out of my way to actually find out about them. Like, they actually asked me a personal question. Like, it just really shook them, because nobody does that. Like, nobody takes the time to get to know them, and so they're always giving, but nobody ever actually wants to know about them. And so that act, pile 3, that simple act that you did just by asking, wanting to get to know them, and it could have just been, hey, tell me a little bit about you. It could have been anything, but you wanted to know something about them that was personal, and they shared it with you, and that meant something to them, because it made them see that not everybody is a taker. Like, it made them see that there are other people out there like them, but you're rare, right? And I just want to talk about this because I keep seeing it over here. You have the swan here, and you see swans mate for life. So they see you as a highly regarded potential partner, okay? You have 2 swans up here with the wings, okay? This is something being guided here. Gosh, I just love this pile already. And if you stay in here with the whole reading, like, you know, the whole reading has been very synchronistic. Each pile has its own, and it's been different, but it's just like the synchronicities have been off the charts. But this is what I'm saying. Like, they really, something about the way you communicate with them, because they like to communicate, because they like to speak, because they network all the time, that set their heart on fire. And it helped them see a deep truth about you. Like, you actually cared enough to find out about them. And that really, like, when I say in their heart of hearts they have such a deep gratitude for you for that, like, that's exactly what it is. They just feel so, like, the strings on their heart were just singing when you just asked them something simple, and you're probably like, but it's not that big of a deal. Like, that's what friends are supposed to do. That's what people are supposed to find out about one another. And that it could have just been something that was so simple to you, but it meant the world to them. We have the moon coming out on the bottom. Again, just confirmation. They're very secretive. So if you're in the end and you know anything personal about them, just know that is a huge deal. That is a big deal. They're very secretive. They don't like people to know. They really like to flow under the radar here. They like to deal with their own emotions by themselves. This is somebody who just doesn't pour their heart out to just anybody, right? Because they'd rather be seen as a hard worker than someone that's emotional or someone that's been through a hard time. They don't want anybody to know about their personal life because they'd rather be seen as a hard worker. They'd rather be seen as someone who's determined, who's ambitious. They would rather be seen as someone who shows up and does what's necessary than to be seen as what they've been through in their past or what's maybe hurt them or wounded them. But see, it's like you see beyond that. Yeah, see, they would like to be seen as the king of coins here, the king of diamonds. Like, they want to be seen as someone who's stable. And they do. This is someone who may meditate too. Like, they may take time out to meditate. This is someone who takes care of themselves. But, like, their personal journey is just that. It's very personal. Okay, so if they're on a spiritual journey, which hasn't been shown here, like, this is very much like how they're seen by others, right? It's not necessarily who they are, because they're still keeping a sense of secrecy here. Right? Again, what they want to be seen as. They have a lot of responsibilities that they're taking care of. Look, a lot of different people come into their lives, but not anybody is given the gift of who they are. Look, I cannot make this up. They love sharing. They love helping the community. Okay? But it's like this person has all these things that they do on the outside. It's not to even appear a certain way. It's because they genuinely care about these things. But they would rather be seen as being the person about the things what they care about, rather than being seen for who they truly are on the inside. Like, that's not something they share with just anybody. So let's find out what makes you so tempting, pile 3. Let's see what comes out here. Slurs, can we find out what makes pile number 3 so tempting? What makes pile number 3 tempting? You are seen in their eyes as a royal person. Like, they see you as their equal, right? They see you as the king of cups, the king of coins, like, energy as well. Like, they see you as somebody that, like, again, it's like nobody's ever taken the time to just ask something so simple. Just so simple. Like, it could have just been like that. Like, where did you grow up? Are you from here? And they're like, no, I'm actually not. Or, yeah, I've lived here my whole life. But it seems so simple. Like, I can't get over how simple it seems. Like, even for you, like, that's not a big deal. But how big of a deal it is for this person, that one simple act made them see you as somebody on their level, rather than them trying to help everybody. It's not that they think they're better than anybody or anything like that. It's just they see a lot of people as needing help, and there's someone who's capable of providing that help. And really not anybody has done the work or come up to the same level as they're at spiritually or personally. So let's get some more cards out on it and find out what makes you so tempting. Just a second. Okay, so Slurs, what makes pile 3 so tempting? Wow, you guys got a lot of cards out. I might not take all of these because that's all. Look at, oh my gosh, look at this. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Strength card. We have the Chariot. And we have the 9 of Cups. They see you as someone who... Okay, no, you know what? I think I am going to go ahead and take these because this makes sense. They see you as somebody who communicates well. Like, look at this, like writing letters. You know, not anybody just writes letters anymore. Like, that's an old form of communication. So what I was saying, like, you ask them about themselves, right? And that just made such a difference in their life, because it was like, how people used to communicate was they used to get to know one another. But we live in this society now where everybody just wants to tell everybody about themselves, and they don't actually care about what other people are going through. Like, if you've ever read How to Win Friends and Influence People, you may know that I bring this up a lot on my channel, but it's because it comes up a lot. But in that book, it really talks about how if you really want to help influence people, you ask a lot of questions about them, right? And so this person may have read that book, may follow that same line of communication style, but just trying to get to know about other people. And what ends up happening is after 15 minutes of a person talking about themselves, normal people, okay, we're not talking about conversational narcissists or anything like that. We're talking about normal people, the normal Joe Schmo, the normal Jane Schmaine, will actually stop and ask you a question. Well, tell me about yourself. But the only reason they do it is because there's this uncomfortable knowing of, oh my gosh, I've been talking for a long time about myself. And that's the only reason why they do it. It's not because they necessarily care. It's because there's this moment in time in conversation where it's like, oh wow, I actually haven't minded my manners, really is what it is, right? Just being polite. But you didn't do that. You actually asked them a question because it's like it seemed like you cared. You wanted to actually genuinely know about them. And that's something that they cannot, like, they can't let that go. And so from that, they see you as someone who communicates in a different way. Like, every time the two of you actually have an interaction, they're always paying attention very closely to the way your diction, how you articulate yourself, your vocabulary, how your mannerisms when you speak. And they're noticing every time that there's just more and more that they actually like about you, because it's something that drives home. We have the Queen of Swords here. You have the Queen of Swords coming out, right? They see themselves. It's like you may do the same things where you don't actually tell a lot of people about yourself. And so you have a lot of mirrored energy here already. I didn't even see that until just now. Like, I realized this is the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Spades, and the Queen of Swords coming out here. So they see you as their equal. I was saying, like, the King of Coins. We have the King of Coins here. Like, they see you as their equal. They see you as somebody that's on the same level as them, just from you asking them that one simple question. Or maybe you You want to get to know about them because you're the same way. You don't want to share about yourself. But it's because of that they're so like, that's what makes you tempting, because it's like, oh, like, I could actually be with somebody who's on a same level as I am, who's as vibrationally lit as I am, whatever that means, right? So let's talk about the Strength card here, right? You have gone through a lot of ups and downs, and they see that. Like, it's like when they look you in your eye, or when you talk, it's all in your mannerisms actually show your strength of character. It shows how resilient you are. It shows that you've overcome a lot of hardships in your life. And these may be things that you definitely attempt to mask. But this person sees through that. They see that, and it's all because of the way you communicate. Because in their life, they've realized that the only way that a person's ever going to communicate like this is if they've gone through some hardships. Things they don't want people to know. Things they don't want people to see, right? And we have number 11 here talking about spiritual ascension, right? Talking about being able to connect with the divine, and they notice that right away. They notice that you have a connection with source, or they notice that you have a connection with the divine, with the universe, and they're like, that's something that draws them to you, because it's like a very intuitive connection between the two of you. But it all comes from this sense of communication. So we have the Chariot. Again, this is talking about going to that spiritual level, taking that next. Wow, did I say this is the Chariot? This is not the Chariot. This is the number 12. This is the Hangman. So the Chariot may be coming through here because I would put these two cards together for some reason, but no, this is the Hangman. My apologies. Your perspective on life. That's what they're drawn to. It's the way you see things. And that absolutely goes hand in hand with what we were talking about, right? Because of the way you communicate, and they see that you're very strong, and so they know that your perspective has changed through life. You maybe you came out this way, but look at this blackness behind them, like this darkness. It's like, that's exactly what they feel like. They feel like you have come through the darkness, and you've learned how to deal with both the light and the dark aspects of yourself. And they see that. They see what it is that you've dealt with. You have this progress that's being made here too, with these two cards coming out next to each other, 11 and 12, right? So there's something that's about to make progress here. And then we have, it's interesting that these are right next to each other. You have two faces and two faces. Yes, this is one body, but you don't know if this is one body or not. They're just two faces communicating with each other. It's like they feel like you have a very similar mindset to them. This is someone who's not necessarily attracted to looks or to bodies. This is someone who's attracted to minds. This is somebody who sees the mind as a very attractive thing. So if you've ever been in life where you've been, itemized, or what is that? Idolized for your body, or like people have made you feel like just a thing instead of a person because of the way you look. This is somebody who's going to appreciate your heart and your mind over your body. Like, if you have a nice body, that's just a plus, but they don't care about that. That's not what they fall in love with. This is someone who falls in love with a soul and not a face. Okay? It's not to say anything against the way you look, because it's just, they really don't care about that. What they're tempted by is your background. What have you gone through? Who have you vanquished? Who have you overcome? Who have you let go of in your life? What demons have you faced? And what is it that changed your perspective? Like, what hardship did you go through that made you similar to what I went through? And the Nine of Cups. What makes you so tempting? I'm missing you like candy. Okay, so is that sing that? Mandy, I think, sings that? Yeah. So it's like they see you as candy. Like, they see you as, like, they still think you're delicious. Like, they love your body too, but that's not the first thing. But when they look at you, they see you as someone that's delicious. Like, you have a wise mind. You have a wit about you. You have a knowledge about you. You have a wisdom that comes through. You're very much like they are. You like solitude. You like to take care of yourself. Like, this is someone who takes care of themselves. This is someone who's very determined to make sure that their life is balanced, and they see that within you. And they also feel like you're like the sugar on top. Everything about you is like the sugar on top, the cherry on top. Like, it's something that they could see blossoming in their life. Like they can see this connection with you. And so what makes you so tempting is your beauty, but more than your beauty, it's your state of mind, right? Like they just really love your state of mind. They really love how you see things. They really love how you present yourself. This is someone who pays attention to mannerisms and really, this is someone who really observes people and the way that they act and the way that they talk, and they judge people based on how they present themselves. And that may seem shallow, it may seem like it's wrong, but it has saved this person from getting into some really sticky situations after having already dealt with some sticky situations. That's why they don't let people in. It's always like, I'm on the outside looking in, but you're only seeing a tiny portion of this person. And you maybe have known this person for a very short time, but you've seen more of this person than anybody else has. Look, we have the 4 of coins on the bottom. Yeah, they see you as having gone through something that they themselves have gone through. And they feel like this is a meeting that happened by chance. Like they feel like it was a chance meeting, is like divinely guided. Like they feel like this is oh my gosh, like this is something that's meant to be in my life. And so they're trying to gain the courage right now to come forward. You know, and it's okay if you come forward too and just be like, yeah, I like you. If you like this person, always know that that's okay. But they definitely feel like you have lived very similar lives. Like you've overcome very similar tragedies, very similar sufferings. Look at that. Yeah. See, look, the bird head on the man's body and the bird's wings on the woman's body. Like they feel like that's it. Your opposites attract, but you, for some reason, even though you're complete whole beings by yourself, you have gone through exactly opposite situations that have drawn you together, which makes you on a whole nother level of this connection. They see you as the honey. There's something about honey here. It's like they see you as being able to give and receive love. They see as being able to give you and receive your love, like this reciprocity. But there's something about you that's very sweet. Like, I'm missing you like candy. Like that's what when you're gone, when you're not around, like they're immediately in this place of missing you. Bring some sense of sweetness into their life, right? Like I'm missing you like candy. Like that's what I keep hearing over and over again. It's almost like maybe you haven't seen them in a while. Maybe it's been a while since you guys have had a chance to connect, or like things just haven't worked out for you right now. Whoa, that card went flying. And this person is just like, wow, I really miss pile 3. Like I really miss them. I haven't seen them in a week. I haven't seen them in 2 weeks. I haven't seen them in a month. I haven't seen them in 6 months, whatever it is. And they're just like, whoa, like I didn't realize I could miss someone so much. Yeah, and they're also drawn to your kindness. There's something about differences between the two of you. Like they feel like you're the beauty and they're the beast. Okay, like that's something. And I did get that here with the 9 of Cups too. Like you're beauty and they're the beast. Like there's this sense of like you're the one that's delicious, you're the one that's beautiful, and why would you like something like them? But I do feel like this person is actually very attractive, but they don't think that they're attractive. Like they think that you're far more attractive than they are, or that this person has had a really bad past, and that's what makes them feel like a beast, because it's like, who could accept me or love me because of the things that I've done in my past? But they're still drawn to your kindness. Like they still feel a sense of comfort with you. Oh, that's so sweet. Like, that is so sweet. Yeah. I love that this card flipped out right now, because this literally talks about only seeing 10%, right? Only seeing the top, whatever's emerged. There's still 90% of the iceberg that's under the water. And it's like you got a glimpse of it. You stuck your head under that icy water, right? That coldness, they seemed very cold. You seemed very cold, but you still wanted to know a little bit about this person. And so now they can't stop thinking about you. It's like always like, oh my gosh, pile 3, like they just took the time. They wanted to find out one thing about me, and that's all I ever asked for, was one person who cared enough to find out one thing about me. Just like to ask the question. And so, like, that energy, they're very secretive, right? It flew out over the moon here. They're very secretive. And the reason they're so secretive is because no one asks. It's like, I feel like if people asked, they'd be an open book, but nobody asks because everybody's just so worried about getting their own story out, being heard. Yeah, they see you as a vision. That's exactly what I heard when I flipped this over. Pile 3 is a vision. And they've asked. They've gone and sat in solitude. They've sat in meditation. Like I said, this person may meditate with the king of coins here, with the king of diamonds. Like, they may have meditated. Well, they've meditated on you to find guidance. And they know that there's a connection here. They know that it's deeper than what it is on the outside. And so this is someone who, maybe they prayed. Maybe they spent time. You know, if they're religious, they've gone in with whatever the rituals are for their religion to figure out who you are to them, because you can't, like, they cannot get you off their mind. And you're so tempting because you're just something that's so different from everything that they've experienced, especially with Mercury having this networking. Like, they network a lot, right? They network a lot. And it's like, through all the people that they've met, never once have they met anybody like you. Never once. And so you just immediately stand out for them. Like Chiron, hurt and heal. Weren't we talking about that? Like, they're attracted to you. They're tempted by you because you've overcome so much. You've had to heal a lot of wounds. They've had to heal a lot of wounds too. That's why they're so secretive. They don't tell anybody about the darkness. And what did I say with the moon? They didn't want people to know about the suffering that they went through. That they don't want to be known for that. They want to be known for how they help people because it's something they love in their heart. But their private stuff is their private stuff. And so you both have healed Chiron. Like, you're both in the process of digging deep in the hurt and healing those wounds that are deep down. But that is something that they're naturally attracted to and tempted by you because it's something they feel in their heart of hearts. So what do we have? The Watcher. What was I saying? They pay attention to you when you're talking, the way your mannerisms are, your characteristics. Like, what is it that you present yourself as when you show up? It's like, you may not notice how much they are paying attention to you, but they have their eye on you. Also, when you're just standing around, this person eyes you out of the corner of their eye. Like, they're always keeping an eye on you. Like, they're always like, oh my gosh, what is Pile 3 doing? Like, what's going on? And like, they'll know when you're about to turn around and see or look at them, they'll be off looking at something else. Like, they know this person is they're very good at knowing when someone's going to look at them. Like, they're very good at, that's what I'm saying. They pay attention to the way people are, how they are physically, like how they are when they're presenting themselves. Like, they know a person's true intentions just by them showing up. This is someone who is a truth seer, okay? There also could be a truth teller, but this is also somebody who has learned through a way of self-protection how to know when somebody's being true or when an authentic, or when somebody's being false and wearing a mask. And they've never seen a mask with you. They see that you do have a dualistic part to you, but that's also something that draws them in. That's something that's very tempting to them because it's like, I have that dualistic part. Pile 3 is very much like I am. And then we have House 1 coming out, individuality, self-image, and approach to life. They just really like the way that you approach life. How you look, how you present yourself. Again, your individuality, you're very independent, you're very brave. Something about this card keeps telling me you're very brave. You do things very much like from the sense of like, even if I mess up, I'm still going to do it. And that's what's so tempting to them because they see you and they're like, Pile 3 is very brave. Like, I've never met anybody that's as brave as Pile 3. Like, they're willing to do things that others aren't going to because they're afraid of failure. And Pile 3 is just looking for the experience. And so that's what's tempting for them. Again, this is someone who very much, they may be very attracted to you physically, but that is not what actually attracts them. Like, that's just kind of like a bonus for them. Like, oh, wow, like Pile 3 is absolutely beautiful or absolutely incredibly handsome. But what they're attracted to is your soul and your heart, like, and your mind. Above all, your mind. Like, they want to know more about the workings of your mind. Like, why do you think the way you think? Why do you do the things you do? Let's get some descriptors out. These aren't going to resonate with everybody, but they're always fun to do. Please have some descriptive energies for pile 3, source. I feel like that one wants to come out. Please have some descriptive energies for pile number 3. Okay, that's enough. Okay, I don't know why, but I feel like there's one more here. I don't know why. Oh my gosh, that was 3 more, source. What? That wasn't just one more. One more grab, I guess, is what it was. You got the most, pile 3. So you should feel lucky. Feel the love. Now, these aren't, like I said, these aren't going to resonate with everyone. They're just always fun to get. So let's see what came out. Yeah, we have an empath. Yeah, that makes so much sense. You could be an empath. They could be an empath. Y'all are just a bunch of empaths, okay? Yeah, they feel with their psychic sense. They feel. That's why I'm saying they're a truth teller. They're a truth seer. Like, they know when people are being real and they know when people aren't. They pay attention. Outdoorsy. So you could like the outdoors. They could like the outdoors. We got that sense from this card over here. They may like to camp. Maybe you like to camp a lot. Serious. Yeah, they come across as very serious, which we got with that Saturn energy. They're a very serious person. They want to be seen as serious, too. They don't want to be seen as emotional. They don't want to be seen as goofy. They don't want to be seen as anything other than what they do, because they're tired of people placing judgment on them. So they have a medium-length hair, or maybe you have medium-length hair. Curvy. Yeah, so somebody here is curvy. You may be curvy. They may be curvy. They like that. Like, they like you. Responsible. What would we say with Saturn? Very responsible. They have a lot of responsibilities, and they show up for those responsibilities. They're not going to slack on their responsibilities. They know what they need to do. So somebody here is petite. That could be you. That could be them. Neat. Yeah, and we say very neat. With the Virgo energy, there's that energy of just being organized, a little bit of OCD. They don't want people touching their things because they have it set up a certain way. Mature, yeah, so they're very emotionally mature. They're very mature in general. They just like to be seen as mature, like someone who is down to business, willing to take care of business. Full lips. Ooh, so somebody has some full kissable lips. Smooth talker. So again, with the communication, like, this is someone who knows how to network. They know how to network. Like I was saying, like, they don't tell people things about themselves. And so I keep getting this sense that you know one thing, just one thing about this person, one thing. And that's way more than anybody else, because this person knows how to redirect conversation back onto the person that they're talking to. They know how to do that. And with you, it was completely different. So somebody may have acne, or this also may be pointing at someone who's younger, right? I don't know why, but that was something that came through. I hope you can see that. My camera's been kind of weird today, so we're just going to go with it. Get with it. All right? So, yeah, with this, again, we had that swan, and I keep getting drawn to the swan here, and with the moon up here, it's like they definitely see you as a potential partner. Like, it's like reaching out to you. It's like, but they're kind of scared. There's some trepidation here. Like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I really am attracted. I'm really tempted by pile 3, but there's still some like reservations here. But if you look here, the arrows are shot through the heart, and you're too late, darling. You give love a bad name. Okay, Bon Jovi coming in, but yeah, like, this is it. Like, Cupid's already shot them in the heart. Like, they're already in it. They're in it. They can't get away from that. Like, they can't get away from how they feel about you. Okay, and they really feel like there's something that's being divinely guided here. So something happened recently that really pointed out that this is a divine guided relationship. But look, they have a lot on their shoulders. Like, they have a lot on their shoulders, and they're trying to figure out how to get through it. But when you coming in, it made them feel like they could. It made them feel like they could overcome this. They also may deal with low back pain from this image. I don't know why I'm getting that. What is he holding? Is that like a stick or... It's like some kind of reed that he's holding. So yeah, there's like some kind of low back pain that they may deal with. Or like, again, what that has to do with is feeling like you're not sound financially, like trying to really get to this point of financial freedom, right? Wanting to be seen as this king of coins, wanting to have this stability, this wealth, and they're really working on that, breaking their back, working hard, right? And they're learning how to grow and develop what it is that they want for their own journey. And then you came in and it was like they knew what they wanted, right? They knew that this was what they wanted. Again, that potential partner, a potential love situation here. So let's see what this is. The Tamer. I believe my cause to be just without anger at those who disagree. So we have number 38, which is 11 coming out again. We had 1111 in this reading. You may resonate with one of the other readings, or you may be here from one of the other readings. So hi. But 11, that very spiritual number here. So again, that confirmation that this to them feels like it's being very divinely guided. They absolutely feel like this is meant to be, like you were meant to meet each other. And that's why they're so tempted by you, because it's like they've never felt like this with anyone else. And so there's just this magnetic draw here that's coming through. Absolutely. I loved your reading, pile 3. If it resonated, hit that thumbs up button down below. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. And until next time, stay human. Bye.